Hello and welcome. This is Celeste with the Arachne Project. I'm an intuitive and a writing coach, and I'm here today to do a tarot reading after a really long time away. This is a collective reading. If you hang around on YouTube and watch any tarot readings whatsoever, then you're probably well aware of what that means. If you're new here, it's a tarot reading that is for a group of people. Therefore, the entire reading may or may not fit your situation, and you have to use discernment to sort what is for you and what is not for you. So what I'm going to start with doing is just picking a few cards to figure out what this reading is about. I do read all sorts of different situations because I don't think that writers live their life in a vacuum. So some of these might be very creativity oriented, and some readings might be more about like day job type stuff. And some readings might even be related to relationships. So let's get started. The first card that I'm pulling here is the Chariot. So this is indicating that whoever this reading is for, you are very well aware that you're on a path heading somewhere. This is a lot of forward momentum that you are experiencing. So maybe you've been working hard, or maybe you're moving towards something that you're feeling really interested or excited about. Very interesting. We have the Three of Swords. And what this indicates is that you are moving away. I think you're moving away from something. I think you're moving away from something that was very heartbreaking. We're going to pull a couple more to get a fuller picture of what this might be. But I'm getting a sense of tremendous disappointment, maybe even betrayal. Three of Swords is a very conflicted card, and it denotes a lot of pain. So whatever it is, my guides are giving me running away from something, or and then we have the Knight of Pentacles. So you are running away from this heartbreak. I think this is what you're running towards. This is a fresh, stable, new start. The Knight of Pentacles is a very, very stable, secure energy. This is a person who is taking steps to secure their material life, their material future. So I'm seeing you moving away from whatever it was that broke your heart to a stable new start. Queen of Cups. This is you in your heart-centered power. And I like to see this. What I really like about this is seeing the Queen after that Three of Swords, which is a lot of mental anguish following a disappointment or a betrayal. The Queen of Cups is the queen of emotions in her power. So you're feeling certain, I think, that whatever this is, that this is what's good for you and this is what's right for you, whatever you're moving toward. Yes, we have the Ten of Cups. You are really wanting to move into this heart space of fulfillment. Whatever it is you're leaving behind you, whatever is in your past, you are just really ready to break free from that and be done with it. You are wanting to call in whatever it is that your heart has been wanting for a very, very long time. And the cards are showing me that that is possible for you. I want to look into a little bit more of what we're moving away from. For some of you, you might want confirmation. Again, if this doesn't fit, just know that not all of these messages are going to be for every single person watching. So Five of Swords, this is an energy of being very mentally conflicted. While the Three of Swords denotes a heartbreak, this really denotes like mental exhaustion, mental struggles. This can also be about limiting beliefs that we might have. or like that kind of feeling where our ego is really speaking harshly to us in the background, and we're trying to sort of escape that. My guides are showing me for some of you that this is a job where you never felt that you were, that you never felt was a good match, that it could have been mentally exhausting in some ways, or it could be that you just never really felt, it could be that there was a lot of verbal or kind of mental conflict. Swords can also be verbal. Nine of Wands. This shows you super defensive. Whatever you were doing before that you're moving away from, you were feeling like you had to constantly guard yourself, like you had to always be at the ready. And I can see why you'd want to run away from that combination. The Five of Swords and the Nine of Wands together is a very, like, that's the kind of energy where you just go home at night and sit on the couch and you don't want to talk to anybody, even after work, even after you're done. The Hierophant. This actually came out, upside down. So what I'm seeing here with the Hierophant is that this is an energy of authoritarian something or other, that it's kind of that energy where they have you under their thumb. So you weren't really free to be yourself. You weren't feeling led or guided in a positive way. It was feeling more authoritarian. Perhaps a set of more traditional values, whereas your soul was wanting something more. I just chucked a card on the floor. I'm going to reach down and get it. That card is the Magician. And what I'm feeling here from this is that you knew all along that this job was wrong for you. I'm getting a job. It could very well be a relationship, but I am getting a job. So if that's confirmation for somebody. But you knew all along that this was wrong for you and that you had something else that you could be doing with yourself all along. And maybe you were even doing this when you could find the mental, emotional energy for it. But it wasn't taking a like front row seat in your life. I dropped it on the floor. And so that tells me that you were sort of sweeping it under the rug. Another card, Spirit, about what we're leaving in the rear view. Five of Cups. I think that you sunk a lot of energy into this thing that you're leaving behind. You may have even felt very emotionally connected to it in some way, and there's a lot of disappointment involved in either going along this path or leaving it behind. And you're leaving that sense of disappointment behind as well. Not only are you leaving the thing behind that you allowed to sort of disillusion you, but you are leaving the sense of disillusionment and disappointment behind, which again, I think is a really, it's a nice energy. Let's take a look at what it is that you're calling in. What are you moving towards right now? Because we saw that it was very secure and uplifting. Six of Wands. So something that you're doing, you're wanting to be in, it doesn't have to be the public eye, although it could be if you're a writer and you're wanting to go bigger with your writing, you're wanting to put yourself out there. This could be literally about you in front of the world. But this could also be on a smaller scale. It could be about you feeling victorious, about stepping out of the shadows of whatever this thing was that was in your past and into the light. See, she's literally standing in the spotlight. And so that light can be the light of knowledge that you're now on the correct path, or could very well be the actual spotlight. You might be moving into a position in your life where you are going to be getting more attention. What else are you moving toward? Ooh, the devil. Okay, so there's a temptation along this path. There could also be some unhealthy thoughts and behaviors that behaviors, beliefs that you're going to have to confront along this path. This is not always a bad thing. Some people will make light of the devil card, and some people make super dark of it. And I guess I don't really make either of it. All I want you to know is that along this path that you're on, this thing that you're running towards, you are going to have to face your own shadow. You're going to have to be facing your own negative beliefs about yourself. Whatever it was that had you choosing this other thing before, you're going to have to face it in order to step into this energy. We can't really come out of the darkness and into our light without fully facing the darkness. And that's what the devil stands for. This is our own shadow. It's our ego. So tell me more about this egoic structure that you're going to have to be handling in the future. The Nine of Cups. I'm going to pick another card to go with that because I want a little bit more. Okay, the Nine of Swords. So this is a fear, this is a fear that you can't have it all. Okay, there's something going on in here. Maybe you were taught that you had to, what I'm really getting here, honestly, is somebody who was taught that they had to pick a secure job, that their creativity wasn't going to be a good bet, and that they weren't going to be able to make it, and so that they should have this other safety job. And so they've been kind of stuck in that safety job, but that wasn't meeting their needs. And now they're like either moving towards something else that can support them while they work on it leaves them a little bit of energy left for their creativity, or they're running full tilt, because we did have the Chariot. So you could be running full tilt towards your creativity. But this is the shadow aspect that you're going to have to be facing. And that is a Nine of Swords, a fear. That it's a big fear. Okay, it's not a small one. This is a big, big, big fear. That has you unable to see yourself in this light of the Nine of Cups, which is completion. It's nearing completion. So some part of you doesn't believe that you can have it all, and you got to work on that. You got to start seeing yourself in this light in order for you to get into it. So there is some conflict coming for you, but it's not the kind of conflict that you can't handle, okay? This is the kind of conflict that helps us grow, right? King of Swords. Could read this a lot of ways, but what's coming to me is that there is, this could be a person on your path. This could be somebody who is going to help you, it's going to help you sort out those fears. Okay, this is the King of Swords is one who is in control of their mental plane, of their mental life. And the mental life includes thoughts and beliefs and speech. And if you're a writer, this is very important because it also involves your written word. It involves how you present yourself in, speaking up, using your voice. All of those things are very important to writers. So this could be you moving into this King of Swords energy when you've dealt with all of these other conflicts. Or this could be a helper person. I'm seeing for some of you that you might be drawing somebody into your life who is going to help you with this. And they may help you directly, like this might be a person that you work with, or it could be somebody who models behavior for you, or who guides you in a less like direct way, I guess. The Empress. Okay, here you are. This is the Empress with her belly of creation here. Okay, so this is you poised to give birth to a new life for yourself, a new creative life for yourself. And what's interesting to me about this is that it comes not through a lot of positivity. It comes through dealing with your shadow. This beautiful new energy comes through dealing with your shadow, facing it once and for all. So what are some blockages that you're going to be encountering along the way? We've already seen that you're going to be facing this mental plane, these thoughts and beliefs that you may have, limiting stories that you've been telling yourself about creativity and what you have to do to survive. There's some people in your life who are probably reinforcing those old scripts. These are things that are going to hold you back, okay? These are the kinds of friends who like, I'm hearing misery likes company. These are the kind of people who like to complain all the time, and they're not necessarily going to be lifting you up into the light, okay? So you got to watch out for that. I'm not saying, we'll see what the next few cards say. I'm not saying that you have to not be friends with these people, but you do have to be aware of what they're saying to you. You have to be aware of where other people are hindering you. And especially, and this is friends, okay? This is not just any people. These are your friends or people that are close to you. Okay? So you may have to speak up for yourself about these friends. More cards on the floor. I'm just going to put them back in the deck because I wasn't getting a strong feeling that I should keep them. All right, Knight of Cups. Ooh. I don't like this because this could be, so this could be somebody particular in your life who this would be like, this could be a lover, somebody that loves you, actively loves you, somebody perhaps that you're in a relationship with. I'm getting a specific person for many of you, and if you know who that is, you know who it is. If it's not someone else, this could be your desire for somebody else. This could be you wanting to find that kind of heartfelt partner because these other friends aren't meeting your needs, and so you're looking for somebody else who can meet your needs. This could be you seeking love, seeking acceptance, seeking approval, seeking. And that can really hold you back. That can be a big blockage when we have like an empty hole in our hearts that can't be filled, that we can't find somebody else. All we see, what they're showing me, is the disappointment from these people who didn't meet your needs and the desire to fill that hole with somebody who can do that. And so you go looking for that. And while you're looking for that, you're not meeting your own needs. Okay. So this is a very big look out for this kind of a thing. This doesn't have to be a guy. So like it doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl or whatever. This is just an energy. Okay. What else? Any other blockages, delays, or challenges along this path that we need to be aware of? Spirit. All right. Okay, Judgment. All right. This could mean a lot of things as well, but what the thing that's coming to me, the thing I'm getting, is that you have got to be, you got to watch out for the judgment of others, because you have, because of this strong need for receiving approval, because you're walking away from something that other people are used to you being in. When you're changing up your energy like this, people will try to like drag you back down. And there can be this huge fear of being judged. And what I'm hearing is people criticizing you because you think you're better, or criticizing you because you're trying to like rise up, trying to rise above this situation that you have been in. And you are breaking free from that. But you're very, like, what can hold you back is your fear of what other people think. Okay. So watch out for that. I'm going to pull a few cards for what's helping you. What do you have behind you? Because we all have things that hinder us, but we also have to remember that we have good qualities that can help us through these rough times. We always have what we need. Okay. Queen of Swords. I love that because we just talked about you were going to be maybe coming up into this energy, this King of Swords energy. This is the match to that. So this is completion energy. You are this strength that you seek outside of yourself. You have this within you. Okay. You have, and the Queen represents not just a woman. Sometimes that means a woman, but the Queen can also represent your inner life, your intuitive life, your emotional life. Those are typical so-called feminine energies. And so the Queen of Swords is, this is about being decisive. It's about having discernment and knowing what's good for you deep down inside, that you can trust yourself. You have the ability to speak clearly. You have the ability to know what it is. You have clarity about what you actually do want. And you know that you don't want that thing that's in your rear view mirror. Okay. You know you don't want that. So you're not going to go back to it. So that is playing heavily in your favor. That's what you can call on in times of trouble. When the doubt is overcoming you, you can rest in your knowledge that you gave this other thing your best shot and it wasn't right for you. And so you're moving toward what is right for you now. Also, the Emperor. Okay. And again, this could be a person in your path. This could be somebody in your life. Maybe somebody that you haven't met yet who's coming in. The Emperor can be, this can be a leader. This can be somebody who's going to help you out. Or it can be you resting in your own knowledge of your own, that you are the captain of your ship, that you are the leader of yourself. Okay. The Emperor is a ruler. And in this upright position, he's a fair ruler. This is a fair ruler. So there's this knowledge, this kind of energy right here that we're looking at. This is no BS. Okay. This is not somebody who is waffling. This is not somebody who is truly doubting themselves deep down inside. So even when you have these sort of things that are bubbling up to the surface and you're asking yourself, am I doing the right thing? There is an inner knowing that you are doing the right thing, that you are on track, and that you know what's right for you deep down inside. Okay. I like the confidence of those cards. They can be very, very decisive. Those two cards will not hesitate to put somebody out of their life if they have to. They don't always want to, but they will close a door if they need to. So I hope you don't need to close doors on somebody, but if these friends are not helping and you can't get them to understand, you might need to walk away for a bit in order to take care of yourself. And only you will know if that's forever or just for now. I'm not a big fan of burning bridges myself. Strength. This is inner strength. Okay, you have, so this is interesting too, because these two cards denote a sort of, these are like a stoicism, okay? These cards draw to mind a certain lack of emotion in their decisiveness. But this card, this says warmth, okay? This is passion and warmth. And so while you can be decisive and you can be strategic, I'm getting strategic because of this chess piece. And so while that energy is strong in you, there's also an energy here of warmth and passion. You're being led by this inner strength. This is what drives you. It's not just a need to be right, which again, these cards sometimes, for some people, these cards can be about being right. They can be a little bit cutting sometimes. Not always the warmest cards. This is warmth. So you have that when it matters. You're in touch with that. And so if you're not offering that, it's because the other person doesn't deserve it. At least not in the moment. Strength can also be fierce. It knows when to be gentle and when to be fierce. We have the Lamb here. What else is in our favor? Anything else in our favor? Okay, I'm just being clumsy. I'm dropping cards on the floor. Oh, interesting. 7 of Swords is in your favor. Now this can be seen as sometimes this is seen as a dishonesty card or like a hiding or sneaking card, but I'm getting stealth. I'm getting that you know when to move in silence. You know when some people can't be trusted with your innermost thoughts. And so you're not necessarily going to go around sharing with people who don't deserve it. But also it's not just about sharing with people who don't deserve it. It's also about sometimes when you have this inner strength and this decisiveness, you understand what you need to do. You don't need to talk about it a lot. You're not going to be wasting time gabbing about it online or trying to find people to approve of what you're doing. You just do it. You just do it. What did I drop? Let me see. Oh, I dropped a lot, actually. They went everywhere. I'm just looking to see if there's anything here worth noting, because it was kind of a lot that I dropped. You are walking away from a part of your life that felt very disappointing. I'm seeing the King of Wands in the reverse. And that would be like stubbing his fire out. Okay. This is a person whose instinct and intuition, their passion is completely like snuffed out. You're walking away from this energy. You're like, enough of this. You're walking away, done with that. And there's that fear. Okay. There's a risk of being trapped in fear, or maybe you have been trapped in fear and you're coming out of it now. But there's this knowledge of this new beginning that because you've left this other thing behind, there is there's seeds that you're planting. Okay. I'm getting seeds that you're planting, and you have to allow those seeds to sprout and grow and bear fruit. So it's a journey that you're stepping onto that's not going to be immediate, but you're okay with that. I'm going to pull a couple of guidance cards because I like to end readings with some guidance. So what are some things that whoever this reading is for can do to make the most of this journey? In the short term, whenever you're watching this is just the right time to watch it, whether it's when I'm posting it or a year later. This isn't bound by time. It's whenever it fits your situation. So what are some things that you can do in the immediate future to help yourself? Okay, we have mending. Okay. two things with this card that I'm getting. One is about those relationships that you don't want to burn the bridge, but you also don't want to listen to them right now. There's something here about trying to do this in a way that lets them know that you're serious and you mean business and that you're not taking any of their crap right now, but you are going to be able to, like you're going to leave the door open for mending. But this is also, more importantly than that, more importantly than being about other people, this is about mending your relationship and your trust in yourself, okay? This is you mending your relationship with yourself by beginning to listen to yourself now, okay? And that is an active process that you're engaging in by listening to what your soul needs. Okay, yin. This is an energy of feminine, so-called feminine. A lot of people don't like those words anymore, but we know what it means spiritually. Feminine or yin energy is our relaxation energy. It's our intuitive energy. So there's something about you needing to take time to nurture yourself. They're telling me this has to do with mending. Okay, this is how we mend. Mending is not necessarily an active thing. Mending is sometimes a passive thing, and passive isn't always toxic, okay? This is about relaxing, resting, intuiting, breathing, less frantic doing. So instead of doing for the sake of doing, we are doing because we are guided or led to do. So something to think about. If you are used to being in your very doing energy, then getting into your yin side can help heal, can help you heal and help you be guided forward out of that trapped place. Okay, deep knowing. So when we're in this energy, which is the energy that you've been in for a while or that you're about to enter as you cross the barrier of this old life into the new path, there's always a transitional phase where we feel like, oh, did I make the right choice? Maybe I made the wrong choice. This is a deep knowing of what is right for you. And sometimes we have to rest in our deep knowing, and we may not have words to express why we did a certain thing. Or maybe other people aren't understanding the words that we have, but we have a deep knowing. Okay, so that's about trusting in that wisdom that you have about yourself in your path. And then truth be told, we have to tell the truth. And the truth, the first step to telling the truth to others, or this is about authenticity, okay? It's not just about telling the truth, like verbally telling the truth. This is about authenticity. It's about being true to ourselves. And the first step toward living in our truth, telling the truth, is acknowledging what we have been trying to sweep under the rug and trying to ignore and trying to pretend that is right for us. So we may be pretending that we're not hurting. We may be pretending that something is right for us when we know it's wrong. And the first step is to stop pretending. And when we stop pretending, we are in a way telling the truth, even if we're not saying anything. We don't have to say anything to be telling the truth. We can tell the truth with our actions, and we can tell the truth with our alignment. Sometimes we even stay in a situation, but we just change how, like we acknowledge how we feel about it. Like, I'm here, but I don't like it. This is what it is, right? So that's what it is. It's about staying present and telling yourself the truth first before you feel like you have to explain yourself to others. Because there was that card about judgment, about being afraid of others judging you. And there were those cards about other people that might be giving you some trouble along the way. And the way to handle them is not necessarily to move straight into taking action or telling them off or telling them what's what, or even trying to explain. Sometimes we try to explain so hard to get people to understand, to get people on board. We try to we almost beg them to be on board with us. And they're going to get on board faster when you get into your authenticity yourself. And sometimes that means speaking up, and sometimes it just means doing or just being. Like, I'm doing this thing, and you don't necessarily have to like it, but I hope you'll get on board with me. So that's what I'm getting here with this. I'd like to also, I'm going to pull a couple words for you today. Okay, I just grabbed these two out of my little thing. We have the word, can you see it? It says freedom. And this one says aligned. So those are two words for you to meditate on when you have some downtime, when you're in that yin energy. All right, I hope this reading was helpful for you. If you liked it, I'd be so happy if you liked and subscribed and maybe shared with a friend if you thought of somebody else while you were watching. I will have comments turned off because comments, they tend to be largely unhelpful these days in the tarot community. And I don't want to detract from what it is I do here, which is try to help people trust themselves more. So have a great day. Thanks for being with me. I enjoyed this, and I'll be back again soon. Bye.